Good day, adventurers. We are Imaginary Paradise, a D&D group here to share some good times and good stories among friends. It's nice to have you join our table. And now, welcome to the fantastical land of Azera. Thank you for joining us. I am your delightful Dungeon Master Malloy, and I'm joined by my wonderful players, Andrew,
Yo ho ho ho.
Chris,
Hello.
and Sheldon.
I don't like being called wonderful.
But why not?
I feel like I'm better than that.
Wonder-inducing.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Wonder-inducing.
I feel like that's disrespectful. So now
I
he's
don't know.
inducing wonder. He's not
yeah,
just
well,
great.
yeah.
Like you have to
honestly.
wonder about him. Like,
No,
what's
no,
I'm
no,
not here to like
Is-
entertain you or something.
Like,
Yes,
jeez.
But
That's messed
also,
up.
yes, but also no. No, it's just you when you're seen and you're presented, the wonder is just put into people. You know.
Just carry on. This is ridiculous.
Okay, I guess so. Anyway, last time, our adventurers began a harrowing mission to save the shiny-eyed Seer by sneakily arriving at a hidden passage, which totally isn't a secret tunnel. They proceeded through only to find 3 guards lazily keeping watch. However, the group's rather lackluster stealth led to a risky encounter with a weird-looking bell horn thing that luckily didn't get rung to alert more guards. With the rescued Seer in tow, the party debated about leaving her in the secret grotto underneath the prime ebon tree, but instead chose to risk exhaustion and bring her to safety with her fellow companions of Tiny, Nibble, and Smush, and Zerona. I think that's what their names were. And we returned to them, snoring away and resting.
You forgot something.
What I forget?
You forgot the magnificent trash can shield.
Oh
probably
yes, and the
pinnacle.
wonderful trash can shield. I did forget about the trash can shield. It might have been on purpose. I'm not sure.
I was about to say that seemed pretty important.
I disagree, but you know what? It's important to you, and that's what matters.
The excellency, the pristine
The me getting stuck in my own logic
Elven-made.
circle.
trash can shield.
Anyway, you
Yeah,
guys.
our wizard's a tank now.
Yeah, tank with 14 AC.
Yeah, man. Nothing can hit him.
Nothing.
I'm just
Nothing
gonna roll
can
a random
stop me all
dice.
the way up.
Okay, I rolled an 8, so yeah, no, you didn't get hit.
Modifier of 20. Yeah, missed.
Does a 38 hit?
No,
Oh,
I dodge.
how did he dodge?
Why won't you dodge?
Anyway, you guys wake up the next morning or finish your trancing throughout the night. The weather is pretty nice. It's a little cloudy, but nothing too bad. A little bit of a breeze going along. The goblinoids that you guys are with, Tiny and the rest, they seem to have taken the Seer with them and left probably by about morning time just to make sure that they could keep going so as to not potentially be here if more orcs come looking. Because you guys did run more or less for like a few hours at night, but just in case they wanted to get even more ahead of any potential parties coming after them.
Wait, so we had a full rest?
Yeah, you guys had a full rest.
All the amount of power you've just given us.
Yeah, you have all your health.
My power.
You have all your health, all your spell slots, all your everything.
Yeah.
And
My one
Wait.
spell slot.
Because we got rid of exhaustion, would you say that like doubles our like spell slots because we feel so rejuvenated?
no,
Oh, okay. I mean, I was just wondering.
don't knock the hustle, but no.
I mean, I figure, a great rest.
If you were sleeping in some immaculate feather down beds, maybe, but
I mean, were
sleeping
we?
on the no, I don't think you carry that with you. I could be wrong.
Like I made them out of bark. Would you consider bark as feathers?
You answer that question.
Bark shavings.
You vile creature.
Moving
I
on.
mean, but to an elf, bark might be like the best feathers of the world, you know.
Maybe if he was a wood elf and not an eladrin.
Oh, I tried.
Maybe. Anyway, what would you guys like to do when you start in the morning? I assume some food and whatnot.
Oh well, of course. We do need to get moving. We're already kind of behind a day, so we do have to move to the woods quickly.
Yeah, I think you guys are about 5 days out at this moment.
From Yumehsa?
Yeah, from Yumehsa.
We got
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, we didn't backtrack that much. We met
Yeah,
back up with them.
you backtrack probably about like around half a day's travel, probably a little bit less, but it took a bit more time because it was dark, and you didn't want to just run full speed into a fucking tree trunk.
Don't
yeah.
tell me how to live my life.
You know what? Fair. You ran full speed into a tree trunk
Nah,
and dislocated your arm. I'm just kidding.
nah. They're elves. They can sense the trees as they are a part of them.
All right. And I guess you guys want to start heading on to the city.
Yeah, I suppose.
No, I want to go to the ocean.
Oh, okay. You do still need to go in that direction to get to the ocean, so it might be a few more days on the other side of the city you're going to, but you can make it. But no, you guys head out, pack up, your bedrolls, your little camping site and whatnot. Make sure the fire's out, all that good stuff. About a couple hours into your walk, probably about a good 3 or 4 hours, so it's probably about noon to 1, somewhere in there. You guys come across a group of 4 more orcs. They don't seem like immediately, like they don't have brandished weapons or anything. They're just kind of, they seem to be like searching around and whatnot and that sort of thing. They look at you guys and go, "Hey, we have a couple questions for you, if you don't mind." Upon seeing you guys on the road,
Yes, my good sir. What can I do for you?
have you happened to see? We're looking for a lost friend of ours. She's a gray skinned sort of goblin, kind of glows a little bit. You happen to see her anywhere?
Yeah, I saw her go that way actually like a couple hours ago. I pointed to the opposite direction of the town.
So like basically the same path that you're going.
I mean not exactly the same path, a little bit to not that path.
So you want to like aim like, I guess the better way would be like north or south. You would
Yeah,
want to
we
pick,
can say that.
because like west is where they're going, east is where you're going.
Yeah, let's just point. I'll just yeah. I saw him go that way and just point to like the wrong direction. Obviously.
Okay. Roll me a deception.
I'm great at deception, by the way. Just want to throw that out here. It's a 2.
uh
Oh, that's a 17. I got a 15 on the die.
Oh, I thought you said you rolled a 2 at first.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
oh
did.
no.
I
was like,
had to.
I was like, well, you're
Modifiers, too.
screwed.
No, I rolled a 15.
Well, I have a problem because
You
I
rolled a
also rolled a 17,
17.
and I have no modifiers.
God, okay.
So you got to reroll.
Yeah.
Yup.
Reroll challenge.
That's a nat 20.
Hey,
I guess I have one option.
smite.
I rolled an 18.
Oh my god! That's a nat 20. 22.
Oh.
Let's go.
Oh, really? Thank you. That is very helpful.
What'd you need with that lady? She seemed suspicious.
Well, she has a certain power that our boss really she can see into the future a little bit, kind of like a fortune teller of sorts.
Hmm.
But our boss wanted to, have her help us out with different things around our camp. Mostly things involving our trying to get more housing for our people and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Feel free to incite him if you would like.
Oh, okay. Can I get like a help on this?
Your bird could
Okay,
give you
bet.
help.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that was a 3.
Heh.
That's a 16.
With a 16, you gather that everything he said is true, but there's also more behind that. And based on what the goblins told you, you would imagine he's leaving out the aspect of them getting more housing for their people is also murdering other people.
Goblins, yeah.
Yeah, so he's not lying, but he's not telling the whole truth.
Yeah.
But you see this group of 4 you take your information and they're like, "Oh, like good, cool, we believe him." Thank you for your informations, young ones. If you guys need anything, we'll be on our way.
I mean, I did help you to locate her direction. Can I get some gold?
Oh, I'll give you a hint of advice. Instead, you're lucky you didn't die, kid.
Oh, I just started walking the other direction.
Them's fighting words.
Said, "Oh, I'm in danger."
Honestly.
Uh, but they look at you and like it was somewhat a joking, but almost still a sly smile on his face of like, there's some truth in that, but he's also mostly fucking with you
Yeah.
because you guys haven't been aggressive, so he wasn't, but so aggressive, like no weapons got brandished or anything. But the 2 gray orcs and the 2 green orcs that you see, they start heading in the direction you pointed. And you didn't notice it first, but as they leave, you finally noticed this like off-putting smell almost follows them of a mixture of like sulfur and death. And you would definitely know that these were some of the exact same orcs from the encampment that captured her, which you would probably gotten from the information, but one of their scars you'd realize was one of the people you saw like on the outside doing watch at that point. The one who was like, "Oh, must have been the wind," when you guys got in the secret tunnel, as it were.
Okay. All right. But yeah,
Yeah,
keep the train moving. Chugga chugga train.
chugga
Beep,
chugga
beep.
train, hell yeah, chugga chugga train. And you guys start heading out after dealing with them, luckily avoiding what could have gone poorly if you had rolled that 2, like you initially had said. Uh, and you guys travel for the rest of the day. Nothing really crazy comes up. You see a couple of people walking the path and whatnot, but just, mostly just travelers. The occasional like hunter with like some rabbits or whatnot over his back. And you make another day in progress towards your destination. The night falls, a little bit of rain starts coming. So you guys would need to make some sort of shelter of some kind.
Okay.
Or if
but
you wanted to look for like a small cave or something or a big tree, you could. But you got a little bit of rain this night.
Can I minor illusion a tent and say it works?
Are you an illusionist?
No.
No.
I'm just gonna dig a foxhole.
Oh, how to drown?
Yeah.
It's raining. Let's dig a hole.
That's it.
Donks. But yeah, I mean, let's find a cave. There's nothing that can be bad in the cave.
Yeah, of course not.
Of course not.
It could be a secret tunnel. Okay. But yeah, you want me to roll a perception or something like that?
Yeah, you guys can roll either perception or survivals if you want to try and find a good spot to rest for
Blaze
the
will give
night.
me the help action. Dude, I'm rolling pretty well right now. First one's a 15.
Well, I got a 10
Don't
perception,
tell them
so
that.
And
yeah.
the second one wasn't that one. Yeah, so 15. There it goes.
Well, I got a 10 in perception, so that's not gonna do me good.
And Moonin, what you got for me?
What am I rolling?
Yeah, survival or perception.
20.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not nat, just a 20.
Yeah.
Unless I get advantage, at which point I'll just say I got a nat 20 and we'll go from there.
I like it, but no. But that 20 is more than enough to find you guys a very nice spot. Are you looking? And I'll ask this: are you looking more for a cave or more of a, like natural sort of like just a large tree with like an ability for you guys to stay under without getting too messed up?
I mean, I'd probably look for like maybe a mix of the two, like maybe a rock face or something where we could put like our backs to, and then like an overhang of like trees or something.
Yeah. You guys managed to find like a small little like cliffside sort of spot, like you mentioned. Uh, you'd see that there is, a couple spots against these sort of mountains and hills over in this section. Uh, that does actually meet these sort of does have these overhang. There's a few trees nearby as well, so you guys would be able to get to them if you wanted to. But it's mostly you do find a sort of spot where you guys can have your back up to the wall and stay dry. And it's luckily still on some raised ground as well, so the actual ground that you're at isn't wet yet either.
Hey,
Luckily, the wind seems to be blowing such little at the moment, or so little, that the water is not uh, encroaching on you guys a small little put together fort of sorts.
gotcha.
Yeah. And did you guys have any specialties or anything you had to take care of during the night? Any drawing or that sort of thing, or crafting?
Hey, Moonin, could you sketch me in this magnificent shield, please?
God damn it.
Um, I, I suppose yeah. Do you have like a specific pose or something that you want, or?
It's kind of like no, not really. I just
Um,
hold it like almost like Thor's hammer above me.
Okay. Yeah, I do like a real quick, like rough sketch of his like outline and the position he's in and everything. And I'm like, I'll work on the rest on my watch for the night.
Oh, well, maybe watch also, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Bet,
Um,
bet.
do we want to set up like a fire or anything?
You'd probably want to set up a small one just to keep warm throughout the night.
Yeah, we could. Let's get some like wood or whatever, set it on fire. It's cool.
Yeah, so I'll try to find some like dry wood.
I
And
would like to set up traps around the area. I don't know.
Yeah. Both of you guys roll survivals to try and
please tell me what to do.
okay, I'm sorry. To try and find some less wet wood in the rain, and to make some traps as well.
17.
11.
Ooh, all right. You managed to find some not soaking wet wood enough that after about like 10 minutes of effort, you managed, and a little bit of magic from Aegis, you managed to get it lit.
I
So
just
shit
keep
is lit.
prestidigitating them until they're dry.
Ha! Ha!
Ah.
And
Wah.
Chris, or I should say Thorn, you managed to find, some good snare, or not find, but managed to make some good snare traps out of some like vines and twigs and whatnot hidden around that you're able to get to. Luckily, the water has made the vines a little bit more able to be twisted and tied as they're more malleable being wet. So you set up like a couple snares and whatnot, so you'd be able to either catch food in the middle of the night hunting, or if you wanted to make sure it's like for enemies to not to get near, you can do that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys set up your watch, and I would like perception checks in whichever order you guys would like for the rest.
I can take first watch, or would you like to Moonin?
It does not matter to me. I'll
Okay.
take first watch.
Okay, I'll take second watch then.
Alright.
I guess that leaves me with third.
I mean, we got it covered. We got trance.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
sleep.
Sleep. Okay.
Starts crying.
Alrighty. You said you're first, Moonin, so give me a
Yeah.
perception.
Okay.
Can Blaze technically give him a help action?
I will say Blaze is only awake when you are,
That's fair.
given that he's your familiar.
16.
16's pretty good. You see, some lightning. You hear a little thunder throughout the night. Yeah. You see a couple bats come by, a couple little just small animals throughout, but you don't see anything crazy come up during the night, and you're able to work on your drawings and paintings a bit more as well.
I rolled a 19 for those. Hold on, that wasn't with my like proficiency thing. Are we doing sleight of hand for those?
Yeah, I believe that's what we've been doing. I probably should have notated that somewhere.
24 then.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. And then
You have
also, I don't like attempt to wake either of them up for like their like watch or anything.
just gonna let them sleep the whole time.
Yeah,
I
sleep
mean,
or
my
trance
trance
or whatever.
ends.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. I was like, so I'm gonna wake up.
Yeah, it'll be 4 hours and 2 minutes, as opposed to exactly 4 hours in that case.
Oh my
But no,
god,
you.
I slept so good.
Oh,
I
wonderful.
tranced so well.
But you managed to get most. Are you working on the one for Aegis, or are you working on a different painting?
I would have like kind of. I'm not like half-assing, but I'm kind of half-assing the one for Aegis.
Rude.
And then I'd be working on finishing up like the Mastercraft one that I had started of the cave.
But I'd say you do a little bit of work on the one for Aegis. You get a little bit more detail in it, but you spent most of your time working on the one of the cave, the small under tree grotto.
Word. And then yeah, I guess it'd be whoever's turn next. And then I also during that time I would have also uh just kind of been sitting there more or less half-ass talking to myself as far as anyone would be, but like just making little comments to like the air about the painting or being like, no, I don't. It's fine this way. Just leave it alone. Then leave it the way it is. And occasionally would like act like I'm like trying to argue with something or pull something out of the air.
Your shadow occasionally like gestures to you, like from the shadow from the campfire kind of gestures, like pointing in different directions than where you're actually moving, being like, no, go over here or do this, as you're having those small arguments. Whether you notice or not is up to you, but
Okay.
that's definitely happening at the same time. Aegis, as you sleep, you once again, or I guess trance, because you don't necessarily need to sleep. You once again start getting memories of towns and people that you don't remember, but in a way you do remember. You get the feeling this is another one of those sort of reverie moments where you start seeing another person's life. You don't get a whole lot of information from this one. It seems that you're just kind of living like it's almost like a normal day in the life of someone entirely different than yourself, and it's weird. The last couple have been more in like cityscape sort of areas, but this one is like deep in some jungles. At one point you're hunting and trapping some animals. At another point you're like weaving baskets and whatnot. And it seems that you're just doing stuff around in some sort of jungle or forest area. And then you awake from your trance, wondering whatever you might be wondering after that, uh, and begin your watch.
Okay. Just one question real quick.
Yes.
Sheldon, you're also an elf, right? Right.
But pretty much, yeah.
Like I see you as an elf though. I just gotta
Yes,
confirm.
you would see me
Okay.
as like a very pale, like slightly more longer limbs, like or like slimmer limbed version of you. But yeah,
Okay.
I would just be an elf as far as you would be concerned.
That's
With
what I
wings.
thought. Okay, yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I don't know if he would like Averil or like an actual subrace. So like I don't know if he would know about those, but that would be like what I'd be considered for you.
yeah. So still an elf though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. Mooned, when you trance, do you see stuff from a past, but it's not your past?
I'd kind of like stop sketching and be like, sometimes every now and then. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily from the past or like not my past, but I sometimes see things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just see him though. I've been seeing some decent ones, and I see some about war, but yeah,
I
it's
mean,
okay.
Can you make anything out from your dreams, or
Not fully. I don't know anybody that when I see them.
what about like any like noticeable sigils or like areas or landscapes?
The last one I just had, it was in the jungle, but I don't know exactly where it is.
Yeah, that's a very large
Yeah,
area.
yeah, where I was like hunting and trapping animals, but yeah, that's all I know.
Yeah, I sorry I can't be more of help, but yeah, I don't have them too often.
All right, well, you can go ahead and take your trance. I'll take watch.
And during your watch, you did the only thing that has to be done is you got to finish coloring about half of your painting for the grotto, and that will be done.
Hey,
Agus's, you got through a bit, basically all of the outline and the background for it, but it's still in the sketch form, having started for coloration or anything yet.
oh, I'm not coloring his.
Bet.
I'd like
Ah.
to. I'd like to wake up and go check the traps. Middle of the
You will
night.
be able to when it's your watch, Taco.
I don't have a watch, remember?
Oh, sure enough, it'll be after Taco's his watch.
Perceptions.
Yeah.
Another nat 20 off the
Oh
first
my!
roll, which
I
was a
see everything.
23.
Well, I hope we don't fight anything, because like that's all of them right there.
God, you fight God.
Oh no.
So during the night, you don't see too much. You do, however, see, some lightning strike nearby. Not like nearby, but like in the direction like northwest of or like southeast of here, of where you're at currently. You don't see any like, and you hear the giant roll of thunder. But you don't see anything crazy. However, with that natural 20, you do because you're reflecting back on what on earth was that sort of moment I had of what was I seeing during my trance, and you start thinking about some of the questions that Moonin asked you about like people, sigils, different things like that. You do remember there's like a small conversation you somewhat heard. You do it was just like you got bits and pieces of words, but you heard like edge of the Rahalan jungle, but you're not sure what other words were in there. But you got like edge and then jungle, and you put together the Rahalan part, but there was another word before then that would have like given like the full name of this area, but you just know that the word edge is involved in its name.
Okay.
You can kind of see it like sort of on like a small sign and like a mixture of what people are talking about. But it kind of like, just as weird as it entered your mind, it kind of flees from your mind as well. But that sticks with you. Of it's definitely some sort of blank edge in the jungle. But yeah, the rest of your watch goes off without a hitch. You don't see any big things, nothing too bad for you. However, I will give you advantage on your next roll for that nat 20
Sweet.
because they really didn't amount to too much in the moment. So sort of pass down a little extra to your next roll.
Alright. Bet.
Yeah. It's still drizzling and raining a little bit when you guys get up. Thorn, you go to check the traps. You managed to get in the sort of snare traps. You found two large rabbits that managed to get caught in them. They are not like they're still struggling trying to get out, but they are
Oh,
there
you're fucked.
in the trap.
Oh my god, you're a savage.
Wait, you followed me to the traps?
I mean, they're not that far away.
Yeah, they are. They're like a good like they'd be like just out of eye shot, but presumably, walking as a group, you would notice it. Yeah.
Alright.
Guys are able to head out if you have nothing else you'd want to do in this little outcropping area.
Okay, yes, let's carry on our grand adventure. Let's go,
Your
let's go, let's go.
Grand tour,
Let's get
if
a
you
move
may.
on.
Oh god, GT's goated. GT's
No.
the best. Alright.
Just no.
And we have what, about 4 more days now?
Yeah, you have about 4 days of travel left.
Okay, well, let's get a move on, guys.
Yeah. This day is mostly buffeted by rain. However, it's not like torrential downpour by any means, so you're able to get through. It's just a little annoying here and there when it starts raining a bit harder. You have to go take some cover real quick. But it's mostly just a small drizzle.
Have we seen a rainbow?
About evening time, it finally stops raining, and you can roll a perception check to see if you do see a rainbow. Or even a double rainbow.
That's
I
not
didn't see
one.
shit. I didn't see shit.
Yeah, not one.
Oh my
Here's
god.
Here's my perception. A 19. I see 2 leprechauns at the bottom of the rainbow.
Just
You
go
do,
break their
however,
legs and take their money.
you do see a rainbow in the distance. It's to your this one's like directly to your north. You'd see like towards where you would see the mountains.
Is it a rainbow in the dark by chance?
Like a rainbow in the dark.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
In a way, kind of, because it is starting to get closer
Dark.
to evening time, but
Yeah.
it's not quite dark yet. So it's a rainbow in the dusk. Rest in peace, my boy Dio. Totally wasn't like 13 years ago or some shit. But
Wait, Dio's dead?
unfortunately. But as you see this, Aegis trips and falls on his face. That's what happens to him. Moonin got some water in their eyes.
Oh God! That
Just from the
wasn't
rain.
there, I swear.
You alright?
No.
Carry on then.
Listen, I'm
Carry on
over
my
here.
way. Where's?
And you guys basically, after a little bit more traveling before it gets too dark, you set up another camp. Luckily, this one, the rain has subsided, so you're able to set one up without too much of a handle or without too much of a problem at all. Another day of, you guys cycle through your watches. Nothing really comes up this night.
Yeah, I just work on finishing up his drawing for him for the next morning.
Yeah. You were able to finish up the rest of his drawing, and I'd say probably by the end of the next night you will have finished the one of the grotto underneath the tree. Had to remember words for a second there. They didn't want to work. You guys continue traveling the next morning, eating a ration, eating some of the rabbit, whichever you'd prefer. And about like 5 or 6 hours into the journey, so late afternoon, you guys happen to see a downed tree in the path. It seems the storm seemed to have knocked one down, and you see on the other side of the tree in front of the path is a rhinoceros man. Very thick, leathery gray skin, but sporting a tunic of sorts that keeps his arms out. He is very muscular, but he seems to be one man carrying a carriage or wagon. And as you guys approach, hail, sirs. Is there any chance you guys could help me out?
With what?
This big fucking tree.
Alright, I got this. I got this.
I can't quite move it. So before you get on this side to help me out, I will tell you there are some dead bodies over here. This tree was down by some bandits who wanted to rob my shit. I took care of it though.
I want to check his
Insight.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would like to insight this as well.
Feel free.
I don't see shit.
Can Blaze? Oh wait, you said I get a advantage.
Yeah.
I rolled 2 7s.
You may also insight, Chris, if that's what you were saying. I couldn't quite hear you. You're a little quiet.
Alexander Armstrong ripped my shirt off and pick up this tree and chunk it. No.
Oh, you absolutely ripped through your shirt. Roll me an athletics check, and he will give you help on it. The two of you who were inciting,
I got 8.
I got a 1.
You guys definitely believe him.
My athletics is a 16.
Bet. You manage to pick up the tree. You don't throw it, but you do manage to get it to move a little bit. Enough to where you'd get, like, if the wagon went off the road a little bit, it would be able to get through, but it would still be mostly in the way for most people. So you'd probably have to try again.
So real quick, as the tree is like lifting up, the bodies that I see, do they look like thieves? Or do they look like regular people?
They
Just off a quick perception of them.
So you see that there's about 3 people on the ground. They are all humans, with mostly like shaved heads. A couple of them have like some scars across them, but they all seem to be in sort of like ragtag, sort of like clothing. So nothing too crazy or whatnot, and they do seem to be fairly bandit-like.
Okay, yeah, that's just what I was saying. Okay.
But yeah, roll me another athletics check to try and get the tree the rest of the way. And you guys could also help if you want by rolling your own athletics checks to help him out too.
Yeah, I'll try
Yeah.
to help.
Yeah, I get a 0 to athletics. That's good.
Because if the rhinoceros man and the totally not werewolf can't get it in one shot,
24.
it might
With
need
Blaze
help.
helps
Hell yeah.
action, I got a 19 on my athletics.
Hell yeah. With the power of teamwork and manly manpower, you guys managed to literally this time pick up the tree almost straight up and have it fall in the exact opposite direction off of the path entirely. That was quite impressive, I will not deny. The
Thank
name's
you.
Diceros. Nice to meet you all. I see that he
Nice
has a
to meet
couple
you.
of wounds and whatnot on him, but otherwise seems to be okay. I'm gonna patch myself up and whatnot, but if you guys want to look through some of my stuff, if you'd like to purchase, feel free.
Oh yeah, what do you have?
He like sort of like pulls out like sort of a medical kit to try and like patch up his own cuts and sort of thing. As he pulls a dagger out of like his side. You also notice that one of those guys was missing a dagger in its holster. Feel free to take anything off of them. I'm done with them. But he says, I have. You see that he starts sorting through his stuff, and you see he pulls out about 10 rations, 3 daggers, 20 arrows, a wand, and a cloak. He also pulls out a huge crate of a different assorted hats. You have like a sort of like paperboy style hat of where it's like sort of rounded on the front but still goes around your head. Every color of like skull cap beanie you can imagine. Various different bucket hats, a few Sherlock Holmes hats, and a fedora. He also has a wide blue mushroom cap that is like the size of a sun hat, and 3 top hats and a tricorn.
The fuck's a tricorn?
Think like Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like that
Does
sort
he
of
have like a helicopter hat?
roll me your percentile.
I want to check out that cloak.
Oh, and does he have a hat that matches my shield?
Does he have a trash can hat?
Yeah.
Does he have a hat made of aluminum foil? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. Percentile, let's see.
Yeah.
47.
47. He does not have an aluminum foil hat, unfortunately, but he does seem to have a propeller hat.
Oh, hell yeah. So what's the cloak?
This cloak here. I find it. I like to call it the cloak of charisma, mainly because whenever you wear it, you just seem so cool. And he puts it on real quick, and the first thing you notice when he puts it on, it's completely. There's no wind going on right now, but this cloak is constantly billowing as if there were wind blowing towards him.
This man's
Like,
a superhero.
It appears so. Upon putting this cloak on, he does seem like a superhero. See, it's pretty cool. When he takes it back off, unclasps the sort of gold chain that's around it, from like the one that you would attach from left to right to put it over you.
Yeah. Okay. How much does this cost?
You know, you guys help me out. I can sell you this one for 10 gold.
Oh, d- yes, I would like that. Thank you. And you know what? And also, how much is the propeller hat?
You know, I'll throw that in for free.
Deal.
You have a nice little propeller hat and the cloak
Hell
of billowing
yeah.
now.
I just gotta put aluminum foil on
God damn it.
it now.
Our little trash monster over here.
Well, you said he sold med kits, right? Or
I didn't mention that, but he does have extra ones as
Sorry.
well.
oh, he doesn't sell those. Okay.
No, he will sell it to you as well, because he's just like, he was just using one of the ones that he had, so he hadn't pulled out the rest.
Hey, what do you
How much
call
are
this
they?
cloak?
Cloak of billowing.
How much are your med kits?
There are healer's kits, generally, it is 5 gold pieces. If
Alright,
you
I'll
want the one
take
that I
one.
just used, I'll sell it to you for 2.5 gold pieces.
No, I'll take a new one.
Okay.
5.
I just figured I'd offer.
What are they called?
A healer's kit. It weighs 3 pounds.
You know, I don't even know what it does. I just assume it heals, but it could be wrong.
It has 10 uses. As an action, you can use the kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 HP
Okay.
without having to make a medicine check. You can also use it to patch up wounds as well. And during short rest, you can have it do like a little bit extra healing if you take hit dice rolls.
Okay.
Extra D4. I've got some other small odds and ends. How about you, winged friend? Would you like anything?
Do you happen to have any like healing potions or the like?
Unfortunately not. I don't carry too many potions as they're fairly breakable. And I don't have a horse anymore.
What about bolts?
Like crossbow bolts?
Yes.
Yes. I do happen to have them.
How
He
much?
pulls out a stack of like 20.
Price?
Why isn't everything on one page? That would be so nice.
Huh.
Let me consult my registrar real quick. It'll just be a second. But I don't think it's much. It's not
Pulls out a
adventuring gear, it's
book.
weapons.
Starts hitting calculator. One arrow.
Starts
two
using the
arrows,
abacus, just pushing things left and right.
Pulls out a D&D book.
Crossbow bolts for 20. It is 1 gold piece.
I will pay the one.
All right, here you go. Where are you young ones head to?
We're headed to Yumehsa.
Oh, I just came from there. Pretty nice town, honestly.
Oh, okay. Bet. I've never actually traveled this far.
Oh, you've not been there before.
No, this will be my first time.
Oh, he pulls out a small like little card of sorts. It's sort of an envelope. Take this. And he hands you. It's got a weird seal with an A on the front of it. Like a wax seal with an A on it.
Okay.
If you guys are ever looking for work, go to the Adventurers Guild with this, and they'll get you signed up. A friend of mine works there quite often, and I can send people his way. He always enjoys having a few more people to help out with the different missions, as they seem to be piling up more and more these days.
And what was your name, actually? I don't think I got it. My name's Aegis.
Oh my god!
I
you
just
got
forgot
his
my own
name.
name. I just forgot my own name.
Who am I?
Oh
my
my
name is-
god.
My name is Diceros.
Okay, bet. I definitely know how to spell that.
It's so rude.
Okay.
Diceros.
Oh, that's
No,
not
I
how I
spelled
spelled it.
Dysoros.
Hey, as long as you know how to say it, that's all that matters.
I just
got it.
spelled Dyson Sphere and then added a
Whoa.
roast at the end.
While they are talking and whatnot, I want to like search the bodies of these bandits.
Yeah, feel free to roll me an investigation or survival. I don't know which one would be better for it, but either one's pretty good.
Um, my good friend. Do you know anything about the High Priestess Igasha? That's who we're actually looking for. That's why we're headed to this town. By chance,
Oh,
do you know her?
I've met her a few times. She actually helped me out when I got very sick once. One of the best healers around, that's for sure. But she wasn't in town when I left, but I know she's supposed to be back sometime soon.
Do you know where she went?
6 total.
6 total? Oof. You find about 10 copper pieces on one of them, and you find a small dagger on another.
Alright.
And a note that says, "You owe me money and you need to pay."
I don't know what shit.
Honestly, I have no idea where she is.
Okay.
He rolled a nat 1.
I
I rolled to see if he
appreciate
knew,
it.
and he was like, eh.
I
But I did
appreciate the
hear that
information.
she was supposed to be back soon. She was investigating something. That's really all I got.
Okay.
But I'm going to be heading my way to the moving mountains. See what kind of things I can find there and what I can sell along the way.
Okay, yeah, he's heading the opposite way of where we came from. Okay.
Yeah, he's heading like a sort of like northwest direction. He kind of tells you that he plans on like basically he wants to go see the Ebon Woods before he starts heading north because he had heard great things about it, but he had yet to visit. And he just
If you plan on going to the Ebon Woods, my friend, you need to be careful.
oh, why is that?
There is a group of orcs that have started to take over the Ebon Woods. That's where I come from.
Not
Around
to
that
mention the
area.
brain hoods.
And the brain hoods that are taking over.
Brain Hood?
Oh,
Yeah.
here. And I flip through my little sketchbook and I show him the sketch.
They
Oh,
take control of animals. But yeah, honestly, you should avoid the area. That's kind of why we came here. That's kind of why we're headed to Yumehsa.
I'm pretty tough. I think I can hold my own, but I will definitely
It's
keep
a lot
myself.
of orcs.
A lot of orcs.
And they're not regular orcs. They have horns. It's not good.
You see, when you say that, he kind of turns his head and he just goes, "Horns? Don't you mean tusks?"
Horns.
Like, and he like puts his fingers like on his head, like
Yes.
horns.
Yeah.
Or, and then he's like, and he like points to his nose. Or do you mean like this one?
That one, yes. A horn.
Huh.
And they smell like sulfur and stuff, so
You know, I don't like the sound of any of that.
it's very bad. It's why we're here.
Well, in that case, definitely go see the Adventurers Guild to see if you can have somebody help you guys out with that. But I will definitely take that to heart. If you guys ever see me again, don't you worry. I'll give you a good price on new things I find. You guys helped me out a lot getting that out of the way. Probably could have done it eventually, but much easier, much faster this way. I think I'm gonna definitely avoid. Man, I was really hoping to see those woods. Damn.
I mean, you can head to this my town, but you kind of have to cross through the Ebon Woods, correct?
Yeah, you'd at least somewhat have to go by it.
Yeah, then yeah, no, I thought about it. You'd have to cross the Ebon Woods, so probably shouldn't even go there.
I will try and avoid it. Thank you.
It is a beautiful place, though.
Well, I will still see it one day. Just maybe not today. Or maybe it will be sometime soon. I don't know. Depends on how I feel later. But you see this rhinoceros man it just goes, "Well, that's all for you guys. I'm gonna take my leave."
All right, well, be fair, adventurer.
Just travel safe.
As to you, young ones, be safe. And you see as he just straight deadlifts this cart and just starts walking. Like full like cart full of supplies, just picks it up and starts going.
Yeesh.
Do.
Why would they try to rob that guy? I do not know. Maybe they didn't see him. These thieves were clearly stupid.
One of them's wearing a dunce cap.
But yeah, I guess we continue on.
You guys have 2 days left before you would meet up, or before you would get to the town. You guys basically have another round of resting. Luckily, the weather is fair, so you're able to get through without any sort of issues, no exhaustion or whatnot. And you guys make it to the town of Yumehsa. Upon seeing it, or basically the first day, or the day before you arrive, the entire like landscape changes from more of a foresty area into a almost not quite a desert, but an overly sandy sort of basin. So it's not like dunes of sand any means, but it's fairly dry and not devoid of life, but very sparse life. Not a whole lot of trees, not a whole lot of like cover, and it's mostly a sort of like flat area of like. And I would like you guys to roll history real quick.
History? Oh shit, I'm good in history.
Never say that.
I'm great in history. I'm wonderful in history.
No, don't say that. You saw my stealth rolls.
I got a 19 on the die.
Oh god
Got
damn.
got
Which
a 16.
gets a 4, so 23.
23.
18.
And Chris.
Give me that lore.
16.
Give me that steamy lore dump.
Oh yeah, all of you guys scored well enough to know this. You guys know that this area used to be a mountain before about 1,000 years ago. A great and powerful wizard, the Archmage at the time, set up a group of wizards to come to this area and transform the mountain that was here into just dust.
Oh.
They flattened the area to actually build Yumehsa. You know that town, basically, as they destroyed part of the mountain here, all of the dirt and rocks and everything that they created from destroying it, they brought to where they planned the town out to, over a period of like a month, just use the ability or the spell Wall of Stone over and over and over again to make an artificial city known as Yumehsa.
Wait, so is this a city?
You haven't gotten to it yet, but Yumehsa is a city. This right now is almost like a wasteland of like dust and dirt.
Yeah, because I thought this was just like a town.
Yumehsa is bigger than a town, but smaller than a city.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So you'd
I was
probably
like,
see like something like 1,000 people.
So it's
could, like,
crazy
be
to me.
Yeah, coming from somewhere that had like 100 or less people, you're going to a place that has almost 1,000 plus people.
Okay.
Or I guess I should say 1,000 plus, because almost 1,000 plus is like the same thing. But yeah, you guys remember hearing about those stories and be like, nah, that couldn't be the case. You look around and you just happen to be like, no, all of that sort of adds up. You see like a couple small outcroppings of what should be like very like rocks that only exist very deep underground, basically just protruding out from the ground, like the ground level, in a couple different spots, and just so much dust and debris everywhere. But the rest of your travel to get to Yumehsa, you start seeing the city. The city itself is built on these things called mesas, which are like, are you familiar with like the desert plateaus and whatnot?
Yes.
Yeah, but like just occasional like outcropping of just a almost perfect plateau. However, you know that many of these, that one of these originally existed like naturally, but the rest were built up around it by the older Archmage from a couple thousand years ago. Some of them are built up even taller than the original, and some of them are colored in various different ways to like show the different wealth factors of the people around. And some of them, from that history check, that some rich aristocrats actually own entire sections of these mesas,
Jeez.
including all the businesses on them and in them. Because luckily, how they were built, you can go within them and on top of them and below them. This city this town is very sprawling, but more in a vertical sense than a horizontal sense. So it's not a huge, like left to right area, but it's still a good 2 to 3 times bigger than the town you came from.
That's sick.
Yeah, and some of the older, more decrepit ones, as you see, where the rocks have sort of fallen away and some are missing walls, they're all replaced with sort of intricate fabrics or nicer woods to try and fill in the spots that have decayed or disintegrated over the years because of weather.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like,
Yeah, I mean it is just rock, but
yeah,
a couple spots here and there, and you know that all of the richer areas actually hire in wizards from the moving mountains to come and update it or make sure it's still in like functional process or a functional structure, and then occasionally change the rocks from like normal granite and whatnot to even things like obsidian and marble. So you occasionally get a lot more very colorful and very, very immaculate looking ones. But yeah, you guys arrive in the town of Yumehsa. You see a bunch of sprawling shops, a bunch of sprawling housing, plenty of slums, unfortunately, as well. And most of all, you see a giant pyramid to the eastern side of town that would be the place of, which to be the temple in this town. The temple here hosts gods or hosts priests of many gods, so that you'd be able to find any information on Eve Kasha here if she's here yet. That's where you would find info on it.
I full sprint to the pyramid.
As you're running through the town, are the two of you following, or are you guys splitting up?
Me yelling up,
I'd,
wait up,
yeah, I'd go
kid!
with, yeah.
And I guess we gotta catch up to him.
Sprint.
You start zooming by. You hear a couple people as you get closer being like, "Oh, what's the rush?" And just keep going.
Yeah, I fully sprint.
Yeah. As you get closer to the pyramid, you do hear some people like preaching outside and whatnot. And you do happen to roll a perception check.
Okay.
Everyone or just him?
Everyone.
I got a 19. 16 on the die. 3 mod.
15.
17.
Alrighty. All three of you
Damn.
hear someone proclaiming their sort of religious beliefs. And it actually causes you a bit of unnervingness since this man's rhetoric reminds you of where you had to run away from when you were younger. You just hear, magic is the enemy of all people. It is impure. The only thing you must believe in is Torm. And just, someone who is proselytizing is just hardcore into the sort of sect that you knew from not Aelren, but Thedium. You do know that they are a minority group in this of the religion, especially in these parts of the world, but they still exist.
Okay, I have a couple of questions about
Yeah.
this group. They still use magic, right?
Yeah, they just only accept divine magic granted to basically clerics and the occasional paladins.
Okay,
holy magic granted by gods.
Position.
I want to talk to this guy.
Oh, God.
Okay. He's up on like a small soapbox talking.
Yeah.
Do any of you have any questions?
Yeah, yes. Oh,
You young elf.
yeah,
Please.
well, I have a question. Why is your magic the only one that's allowed? What's
It
the
was given us
difference?
by the divine.
But what's the difference?
What do you mean? What's the difference? Your magic is impure. Ours, or not yours?
What
I guess
what makes
That-
yours so
I was
pure?
like,
He doesn't
wow,
know.
you're-
My bad. Yeah, that's me mixing up with the character a little bit. Other magics, they only lead to evil and deceit and betrayal. Our magic provided directly from the gods is
But you chase people
undeniably.
out of the city. You treat people differently that don't use that magic. Why?
They are impure. They are heretics to us. They do not abide by the rules of the world.
But why? Like, I don't understand. Like,
I'd like to walk up and grab Andrew and talk to the priest and be like, I apologize for his questioning, Grand Priest. Or is he a priest? No, you said he was just a.
He's a
he's just
guy.
a piece of shit.
He's a
just a piece
slight.
of shit.
He's like,
just a piece of shit.
I wouldn't even say like he is a priest of Torm, but he's not like high up.
No, I know he's a piece of shit. And I look at Agus, my apology, and I whisper, we don't need any more trouble. This is not necessary. I know what you're going through.
It's okay, young one. You'll understand when you're older. You didn't see the things we saw in the previous war, so I understand why you don't understand fully. But one day, you will. You will see the greatness that is Torm, and the beauty, the
Torm's a
power
piece
of the
of
belief
shit.
in him.
Everybody. Torm's a piece of shit. I
You
don't
say that
care.
out loud?
Yeah.
Oh my
How
god!
dare you? Just
You
I
chase people
understand.
out of their cities. You kill innocent people. No, I will not abide
I've
by
never done
your-
What are
any
you
of these
doing, Moonin?
things.
What are you doing right now?
Oh, when you guys walked close, I did not move. I'm like standing at least like 15 feet away from you guys, maybe 20.
So, do you think your god approves of the things y'all do?
Absolutely. This is the only thing to do. When you find someone who fully disagrees with your very being, you must declare the most righteous of war against them.
Eldritch Blast.
Oh my god! We're in the town to look for a healer, and y'all are gonna start this. Okay, cool.
Alright, I'll roll to hit.
Oh my. Oh my god!
15.
This is not the time or place for this.
That absolutely hits.
Hey.
Roll
Oh.
damage.
Oh my.
We're not technically
Oh
fighting.
my. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Oh man.
It's a D10 movie.
Oh my goodness gracious. I thought I was holding on to the guy who was gonna outburst, but I guess I was grabbing the wrong one.
See, you gotta remember, both of them have been slighted by this church. You have two hands. You needed to hold both of them.
Well, the other
back.
one's 15 feet away from me.
I don't add anything to Eldritch Blast unless I have the charisma thing, right?
Yeah, you don't add anything to the damage. It's just a straight D10
Okay,
until
so
you get the
6
invocation.
damage.
6
And
damage?
I'm not trying to like kill him, but I do want to hurt him and possibly knock him out.
You see as he's standing up on this sort of soapbox, and this purple energy ball sort of flies towards him, sparking with the occasional like blood red energy around it, and just strikes him directly in the chest. And he just goes flying off of the top of his soapbox, and he is knocked the fuck out. He basically just falls into like a bunch of crates and is just out. The people who were like kind of like listening to him and being like, "Oh yeah, no, this sounds right." Just kind of like look at you like, "What the fuck did you just do?"
Oh my god, that was his god saying that their beliefs are fucking stupid. Oh my god, thank you, finally.
As he said, when you find a when you find a religion or viewpoint that doesn't match yours, you attack it full heartedly, like he said. So I was just following his suit.
Oh my god.
You said persuasion, boy?
Yes.
With advantage.
No.
At best, straight.
Oh, that's a 19. I rolled a 17.
Oh. You see the people are looking like, huh, I guess this is a part of his show. Weird.
There's no like guards anywhere, right? Like,
Not in the immediate vicinity,
okay.
but if there was, you would have probably been chased after for this.
Yeah, fully
Uh,
decked out adamantium paladin
Well,
guards.
but
Yeah,
it wasn't. It was his god that attacked him because clearly his god doesn't believe in the stuff he said because that doesn't make sense.
I was possessed by the spirit.
Yeah,
you see the people just like shaking their head and like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh.
yeah. This guy just is completely preaching bullshit. Like,
So this is all happening in front of the pyramid, right?
This is probably a good like few hundred feet away. Like you can see it fairly close.
Okay,
and, like,
from this point, can we tell that the pyramid's like a temple?
yes,
Oh, it's like a full-on holy temple thing.
yes. You see that outside of this pyramid, it is mostly a stone structure with the occasional almost glass-like, like mosaic glass windows, stained glass. There we go. But in that sort of mosaic style. And in front of it, there are like four statues on either side of the entrance, depicting various different gods and deities.
all right, well, I'm gonna head to the temple now.
So I think I'm just gonna hang out outside and wait for you guys.
Oh, are you sure? You're more than welcome to come in.
I would really rather not. Like, just
Are you
just call me
sure?
on the bracers if you need me to, because I don't enjoy holy places.
Oh well, I mean, okay, I don't. That's fine. That's fine. I can just turn my bracer on if you want to hear our conversation.
That works as well, yeah. And
I
if
just like
anything,
take
if I
down the button.
Just holding down so you can hear me, right? Just every single thing you say and is around. Yeah.
Well, I'm not just gonna hold my finger on the button when I walk in. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure it's push to talk. On the bracers.
No, it's punch to talk. You gotta
laser
punch
set
somebody,
from
then you can
stun to
talk.
kill.
No, if you'd done 2 more damage, you would have straight killed that guy.
Look, if it happened, it happened.
It happened.
Like you
It'd have been
were
his
so
god.
close.
It would have been his god telling him to shut up.
Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'd walk with them like towards the building, but I'd probably like stop at a good distance away. Close enough I can see them like walk in and everything, but far enough where I'm not like immediately by the temple.
You guys approach the giant temple pyramid. Outside of it, you see the statue is much closer. You see one that is an immaculate, I almost said description, but that's the wrong word. Oh God, what am I? Rendition. There we go. Of an elf that you would know to be Coralon Larethian, the father and or god of elves. One of them seems to be an orc as well. One seems to be a dwarf holding a hammer striking an anvil. Another one seems to be almost a serpentine god of sorts. One is portrayed as a man walking from a tree. Another one is another elf. This one holding a magical book of sorts with runes on the outside. You see a sort of armored individual that you would know to be the portrayal of Torm. And then you also see the one you're looking for, Hutor. Is a bird-headed person who is the god of healing and expression. And then as you guys pass by those to go inside, you see that this pyramid, as soon as you walk in, sort of has a small, like, couple of steps to go down before it opens up into a huge area. You know now, like, upon stepping in, that this temple seems to go just as much underground as it does above ground, which is truly breathtaking given that this is the tallest building you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh my
compared to
God.
an actual like building like housing, this is probably at least like 10 stories tall
Sheesh.
and from the ground level that you can see. So that means that you got at least 10 stories down as well. However, when you walk in, you see it's like almost completely open, other than a couple platforms on the sides here and there where you see a bunch of tomes. But it's like a wide open space where you see a whole bunch of priests, clerics, uh, different monks and clerics going, like reading through ancient tomes and scrolls together with one another. And you see a person comes up to you, just, hi, hello. How can I help you this afternoon? And it is a human woman.
I'm looking for the high priestess Yugasha?
Yivka Shah. Yivka Shah.
Yugasha.
Yeah. She is currently out at the moment, I believe. But and you see as this woman flips through some notes. She's due to be back by this evening.
Um, okay, where should I wait for her? Because I need to talk to her as quick as possible.
Well, she went to, and just scrolling through some more of her notes. She seems to have gone to Quartz Quarry in regards to a sickness that happened there. So if you're trying to meet with her before she gets back, or when she gets back, the best place would probably be the northern gate to the town, where our road leads that direction. Otherwise, you could, I guess, wait until evening and come see here, because I assume this is where she'd go next.
Hey, no, what does she look like? So when I stand at the gate, I know who she is.
Oh, don't worry. You'll know her when you see her. She is a quite tall, half-orc lady. She's got very nice mint green skin and completely shaven head with some intricate tattoos amongst on her skull and arms. She seems intimidating, but she is the nicest person I've ever met. Until you get on her wrong side, then don't do that. That would be my best recommendation.
Well, I don't plan on doing that.
Is there anything I could help you with?
Um, no, thank you for your time, and I just leave.
Oh, okay. Well, if you do need anything, just come see us here at the Great Temple. Have a good day and a blessed one.
Do they keep a track of all the dead in the temple or something?
Say that again.
I
I
don't
couldn't
think
quite hear
there's
you.
dead in the temple.
No, but do they keep? I don't know. I was just wondering.
Like, do they keep like a record of deaths for the
Yeah.
town?
Or like, wait. So this isn't like a big. I mean, this is a big temple, but it's not like a worldly kind of temple, right?
So, what do you mean by worldly?
It's definitely
Like,
worldly. It's 10 stories, Chris.
Well, yeah,
A
because you know how.
massive
Let me use an
temple.
example. So
yeah,
like,
you're good.
you know how in Game of Thrones they have the Citadel, which is like the world library technically,
Yeah.
and like they keep track of everything. Is that how this place works, or is it kind of just like for this area or like this side of the?
Okay, so this specific one is more for this
Oh, okay.
area. Uh, in regards to like a holy city, certain gods have their own specific ones, but they don't have like a main temple for all of them. This would be as close as it gets, but it's more of a coalition of different clerics and more priestly minded people who would like to go through like the sort of religious works and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And, heal people who need help with sickness, that sort of thing. These people tend to be. It seems as though this place is more or less a mixture of like the hospital and like a monk zone to sort of read through old religious tomes and stories and worship, that sort
Okay.
of thing. And outside, roll me a perception check, Moonin, as you sort of just standing by, presumably by like a stoop of some kind, just trying to keep an eye to see your friends come out of the aforementioned uh, scary church place.
About how long does all this take?
It took about like 5 to 10 minutes, I'd say. Because just finding somebody in there to talk to took a little bit because everyone was just hustle and bustle moving because it's just as busy inside there as it is out in like the giant bazaar area to where everyone's selling stuff as well.
Got you.
So this place seems to be fairly busy at this point in time.
13.
With a 13, You manage to see like some guards go walking by here and there. You see the occasional like pickpocket, but nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary. Couple small businesses here and there that you're just like, ooh, that's a really cool looking shiny. And then a paint shop.
Word. I guess while I wait, I'll go and check out that paint shop.
You hear a little ding-a-ling-a-ling as you walk in the store. And you see it's being run by a person,
Oh my god.
Oh
right?
wow.
It's run by an RT
It's
unit.
insane.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop.
No, it is a small little halfling. Uh, just sort of rummaging around through a couple different things. Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Welcome to Princeton's Paints. What can I help you with?
I'm just waiting on my traveling companions, and I saw your shop, so I figured I'd take a look around.
Oh yeah, feel free. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Do you happen to have any canvases for sale?
Oh, do I? And you see that like he has a huge section that's just different sized canvases, some that are already like put in frame for you to like paint over. Some of which are just, loose pieces of canvas that you could just use for what you would need. Yeah, I've got plenty.
How much for some of the ones that are already framed?
Oh, the framed ones? Those are a gold piece per.
Oh.
I'll tell you what though. If you buy 3 of them, I'll throw in some paint for free.
You have yourself a deal, sir.
Alrighty. Uh, any color preference?
I whatever colors I've already used. So like probably some blues, yellows, uh I would assume some whites and such,
Yeah.
just all the colors that I've already been using.
Everything.
the sky.
He grabs kind of like a small little, like almost variety pack of colors. Oh, if you really like paint and whatnot, I've got a couple of little fun paints, I like to call them. They
Just
sort of
cocaine.
you just snorted and you get really excited and
You
then
can
you
see all the colors.
motivation
Can't
for
stop.
your work.
Hey, happy trees! Happy trees! Happy trees everywhere.
all of the trees are happy and now they're angry.
Another-
That's a different drug entirely. Uh, we do so many drugs here. Anyway, I've got this one. We mix in a little bit of metals and it gives a little bit of flake and sparkle. You see that he pulls out like almost a couple different colors of like he has a black with some sparkles in it, a sort of like royal purple with like sort of silver specks amongst it, and then he also pulls out like a gray paint or sort of a white paint that's got black sparkles in it. These little black sparkles here we make with it's sort of an enchanted obsidian. Got a really good price on it.
Um,
But no, these are sort of our more, I guess, more expensive ones. But there's one thing I can promise: they'll never run out. They refill every couple of weeks.
like on their own.
Yes.
How much for
Uh,
one of those, or would you throw one of those in for your free paint?
Oh, I wish I could, but no. Each of these cost about 10 gold a piece.
Um, how you said he's got like 4?
Yeah, he's got 4. He's got one that's black, one that's white, one that's purple, and then you know what? Oh, let's go with orange as the 4th one. And the orange would sort of has like some red and some brown flakes in it.
I'll take the 3, the black, white, and purple.
Alrighty, sounds good. I'm glad you came in today. Really helped my business out.
I do have another question. Is there do you have to have some sort of stall or something? I guess rented out in order to sell product here?
Not really. You can kind of sell where you like. Just having a stall helps out because people will definitely know that you're a more legitimate businessman or businesswoman. Or
Would you have any idea of where I should, or any recommendations on where I could sell some paintings or drawings?
well, honestly, If you let me see a couple of them, I might sell them here for you. But there are a couple galleries around. You'd probably have to try one of the higher up messes. The more rich folk tend to like them.
Sure. So I'll pull out the couple drawings that I have on me. Which the ones that I have written down at least is I'd show him the sketch of the brain hood. I'd
Ooh,
show
spooky.
him the one that I did atop the tree, where it's kind of like the vast over expanse where you can see the like high tower and whatnot in the distance that you were talking about, the wizard's tower or whatever.
Yeah.
And that one at sunset and all that. I'd show him the grotto one that's almost done. And I don't have any others written down, but I'm assuming I'd probably have like one or two more that were already in my book.
Yeah. He looks at the one of the wizard tower. How did you get this angle? And then he looks. Wait, no, you can fly. That makes more sense.
It was also just a very large tree.
Wait, did you go? Is that the ebon tree?
Oh, are you aware of it?
I've been a few times. About 100 years ago, there used to be some crystals and whatnot that grew around there, but now not so much.
I'm afraid we didn't find any crystals there. We did find this moss, and I show him some of the moss.
Huh. He just kind of like looks and examines it with like a little bit of like a monocle that he adjusts.
Are
Oh,
the
pretty.
crystals useful for something? Can you make like paints or something out of them?
Oh, each of them can be definitely made into different things. I know the purple ones are candy; they're real tasty. But the other colored ones, I know sometimes they can use for different magical applications. Could even have some magic paint if you did the right thing with them.
Do you happen to have any recipes or knowledge on how to do that?
Let me check for you.
And are you interested in buying any of these works of art?
Oh, one from that you made from the ebon tree. I'll take that one for about 30 gold. I'll sell it to you or I'll buy it from you for
I'll
that.
sell you your own art.
It's a pretty nice.
Your own art.
Yeah, it's amazing. Honestly, I haven't seen this sort of skill since Ganvo was through here.
Who?
Ganvo, have you not heard
I
of
have
him?
not.
He's an artist. Comes from Thedium. He's been selling some pretty good paintings here and there.
Can I see some?
I don't have any personally, but I do know that they have a couple that are on display at the Platinum Point Palace
I will definitely have to stop by there and see them.
or Platinum Palace.
Um,
Is it your first time here?
yes, we've just made it into town, and my friends went to the temple, so I figured I'd check out the local shops.
Well, if you do, since you're getting the chance, the Platinum Palace Plateau, it's a casino run by the local Viscount. He's a wealthy halfling. Wish I was lucky enough to be related to that one, because he does his family well. But he's very against cheating, so if you do go there, do not cheat. The best advice I can give you. But it's a very nice place. Got all sorts of gambling. Got a couple fight pits, card
Fighting
games.
pits.
Yeah.
I will definitely have to check that out. That sounds right up my my friend's alley.
Yeah, there's one of the fancy schmancy looking plateaus, one of our messes, in the eastern side of town. You will trust me, you'll know when you see it because it just has 3 P's on the front for the Platinum Palace Plateau. It's got basically anything you can gamble on's in there. It's definitely a fun place to go, but be careful. Not too many guards that aren't paid by the house. So.
I understand. Well, I appreciate the information, and why don't we just call it a trade? You give me the 3 paints, and then you can have this painting.
I think I can do that. It's pretty nice.
Wonderful. So yeah, I'll give him that painting. Just if anyone.
Can I ask for one favor?
Yes.
Can you? I can't reach, so because I'm quite small. Can you put it up on the wall for me? I want people to know that I am a wonderful, astonishing person that loves art.
Where would you like it?
Now that's a good question, ain't it? Where do you think it would be good at? I'm thinking either On that wall to the left over here, or right above me where I'm sitting at the desk where everyone's checking out at.
I would say above you at the counter is probably the best place for it.
Sounds good to me.
I'll hang it up there for him.
Oh, I greatly appreciate that. What was your name again?
I'm Moonin.
Moon. I'll keep that in mind. If I see any more of your paintings, or if anyone's interested in it, I'll make sure they know your name.
Oh, of course. And I point out on my painting like in one of the corners or actually like probably hidden somewhere in the tower itself is like my little signature. And I'm like, if you happen to see any others of this, just know that it was done by me.
That's the same symbol I found on Genvo's.
The 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 other painter you were telling me about?
Yeah.
That's a bit odd.
Oh, it may not be exactly the same. I'm not an expert, but I know it's similar looking.
I will definitely have to check this out. You said the Platinum Palace?
Yeah, the Platinum Palace.
All right. And I pick up my paints and I said, I'll see you around, I'm sure.
Oh, I hope so. It was good doing business with you. And if you ever want to sell off more of your paintings, either find some rich folk, and they'll pay a pretty penny for it. But if you just want to give it to someone you know who'll, thoroughly enjoy it, I'm always here for you.
But then yeah, I'd after I hang up his thing and get that information, I'd leave, and I would assume still be hearing whatever they're saying in their little meeting thing, and
Yeah,
catch them as they're coming out or something.
yeah. You guys meet back up, not exactly in front of the temple, but a little bit in front. Where would you guys like to go? What would you like to do? Because at this point, it's about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Is the Adventurers Guild place on the way to the North Gate where the priestess is coming?
Yeah, it's not too far of the way that you'd be able to head that way from it.
Okay, so I assume we go there first. Yeah, I want to go there first, and then we head immediately to the front gate.
We also have another place we have to check out while we're here. The Platinum Platted Dragon, something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
The Platinum Palace Plateau, you hear in your head.
But yeah, that's fine.
Apparently it has a place of merriment. They have gambling. There's fighting pits,
Fighting
and
pits.
they have art. Yeah, I thought that would
Sounds
pique
like
your
my
interest.
style.
Okay, should we get the Adventure Guild High Priestess? And that place sounds like it's more of a at night kind of thing. So we want to go there at night.
They did say, or the gentleman I talked to did say, just be aware that most of the guards are paid by the house, so we should try not to cause any
Oh
issues
no,
there.
Eldritch blasting.
That man had it coming.
I completely agree. But yeah, let's head to the Adventurers Guild.
You guys start heading that way. Also, he would have told you that the Platinum Palace Plateau is open 24/7. It doesn't close.
But I feel like it's
Wow.
better
I
at night
figured.
though.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. I was just saying, like, it never closes.
Chris, you want to sign up for the fight?
That's kind of its
Of
thing.
course.
Okay. Yeah,
Make
we'll
some
go
money.
there. Right after we get the priestess. Bet.
Yeah. So you guys start heading to the sort of Adventurers Guild. It's in a smaller sort of mesa than the one that you had to get up to get to the temple district. Basically the mesas, you can get to the tops of them either by going through the bottom and like climbing the stairs to the top, or if you're already at the top of one of them, you can take one of their various bridges to go to the next one. So there's almost at least two different platform city. So you have like the bottom side, you have the top side, and I guess really three because you also have the underside. But you guys approach a sort of quite a bit smaller of a plateau. And this one just has a giant A on the front of it for the Adventurers Guild. It's like the A on the front of a shield. And you guys feel free to go in, and then you'll see when you do a high elf sitting at the front desk.
Um, hello, sir. We're here. Dicero sent us, and I hand him the letter.
Hmm. He's a good man. My name is Wooleron. You see that this high elf is sort of like in some robes, very nice, like silken robes. Two like small daggers at his side and a short sword on his back. Uh, and weirdly enough, a mohawk that still somehow comes off as posh and prim and proper, even though it's a fucking mohawk.
Hell yeah.
You said Dicero sent you.
Yes.
He's a good man. Let's see. He opens the letter. Oh, it's a writ of recommendation. What's you guys' name if you'd like to join the guild? He says that you guys are good-hearted people and probably could use some extra work.
My name is Aegis Valmirs.
All right, Aegis. He actually hears that. Wait. Aegis, are you named for our founder?
Maybe.
Weird. Okay.
Okay. Let's just. Do I know stuff
Mhm.
about my uncle? In like, actually, right? I do.
Yeah, you know some stuff.
Like, okay, yeah.
If you want to roll a history check
Okay,
to see
yeah.
exactly
That's
how
more.
much
I
you
need
can.
that. I'm gonna get that defined real quick, cause.
Yeah.
Do I have advantage on this roll? With the
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
You have his fucking spell book.
I got a 16.
With a 16, you know that your uncle worked alongside a man named Aegis for a long time who was seen by many as a hero and helped out a lot of people. You didn't know enough to know that he was the founder of the Adventurers Guild, but it makes sense given their line of work. They generally went out trying to save people and help them out. He looks at you and just like sort of squints. Albeit. Give me a minute.
Oh God.
First, let me get everyone else's names.
Oh, Eldritch Thorn.
Yeah.
Moon and Nightbringer.
Alrighty. And do you guys, do you have a title or a name you would like to go for your group?
Fuck,
I
didn't we have a name at
I-
one point? I
No,
swear we had
never
a
had a
name.
name.
No, I thought I said something at one point. Oh shit. Of course, yes. This.
Right?
Um.
I mean, my first thought is the Raccoon Goons.
Yeah, we said something like that. Yeah, we did.
The rascally raccoons. Something, I don't
Not
know.
even that, but
You can think on it for a bit. It just I can't start giving you any sort of missions until you've got that.
The Trash Pandas.
Yes. Yes.
What?
I'm down.
Oh my.
The Trash
Oh
Pandas.
no.
Are you sure? And somehow a wall of text comes up in the actual world in front of you. Click yes or no.
Or we could go old school, just go mask, because raccoons wear masks, but it's also an old school like cartoon.
The masks. No, that sounds crazy.
We're all hiding our secret identities, aren't we?
No,
Well, not name-wise, but backgrounds.
I'm not.
I mean,
Not anymore.
you hide your magic under a
Well, I
mask.
guess yeah, I am. Kinda. Not from y'all. Y'all know.
Oh, for sure.
Alrighty, you're the Trash Pandas.
Oh my god.
No.
No, we let it sit too long. It took our initial response. No.
Oh, if you're still thinking on it, that's fine too. I was just double checking.
Damn. Why would you say
But
this now?
why you go?
Dickhead. You dickhead.
You guys think on that. Allow me to go get somebody for you. And then I'm sure he would want to speak with you. And you see as this high elf sort of gets up, dusts off a little bit, and then walks away to like a room in the back. He's gone for about like 5 minutes. And he comes back with a half elven man. This is our guild master. This is the squire of the bulwark that you're named for. if your uncle's Gracian, then you probably are named for the Aegis. Then you see as a half elven man comes out of like the back room. Uh, He's sort of got some pointed ears, a nice sort of purple and golden sort of outfit on. It's not like armor, but he has like a breastplate to cover like his upper portion of his chest, and the rest is sort of like some more elvish style like robes and armor, but it's mostly for looks rather than for performance looking. Aside from the breastplate, that is definitely very well made armor. The name's Kevin.
Good to meet you.
I used, I am, well, I was the squire of Verandel the Aegis, but I haven't seen my old master in a number of years. Ever since your uncle passed and the war, he's kind of spent a lot of his time, especially in the most recent years, drinking his sorrows away in the capital. I haven't heard in a while, but I worked along with your uncle for quite a while
Did
before his
you?
passing.
I would love to hear stories.
Yes.
About things.
Oh, we've got plenty. There's the one time we had to save, I guess, your father from a cult of Baphomet. That was a fun one. They were like a minute or two from sacrificing him. We didn't save everyone, unfortunately. But we got before they got him. And that counts for something. We also saved about 5 to 10 other people as well.
We actually just did the same thing a day ago. Like a week ago. That's kind of why we're in this town. He
sort of like turns his head. What? They're back?
They're back.
Shit. Okay. Well, that's bad news.
Very bad.
Looks like I have a new business proposition for some of my better adventurers. Shit. He starts like he just looks Wallerun. Start writing that down. Start setting up a group to send out to. Where did you happen to see these people at? Do you know?
A lot of them are gathering around the Evan Woods. These orcs have gotten horns and they smell of sulfur. It's not good.
Horns, sulfur.
There's also brain hoods in the woods.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's not very good down south. We're not doing great. And then Thedium's also going crazy.
Oh, Thedium's been doing that for a while now.
They actually chased out my family, so.
Wait, y'all don't live in Thedium anymore.
No, they don't. They don't allow people that practice any magic that is not of their own holy magic.
I've heard reports of some people, a more overly zealous group of people, section of the church acting that way, but I didn't realize it would spread to that far. Is your family okay? Your father? Your mom?
My dad is not. That is why I'm here.
You see as his eyes just get wide of, is there anything I can do to help you guys then? It's the least I can do for my old, well, I guess in a way we're kind of cousins. I look to Gracie and your uncle as a father. He saved me a long time ago, and I've traveled since. I was his squire, or his, well, you know how those two are, right?
Ooh.
Gracian and Verandel. They were both my fathers.
Oh.
So they raised me after finding me orphaned. So your family is my family too.
Oh.
So I would like to do anything I can to help.
You could send a couple adventures to the town.
He's currently hexed by a curse, and he actually can't move or anything right now.
Oh my gods.
I just know it's the Silver Mask. I don't know his name.
The Silver Mask.
Silver-faced wizard.
Silver-faced wizard. Actually was the person in charge of this.
You said Silverface. Walleran, get the notes. The ones we haven't been able to figure out yet. Yes, sir. And he sees the Mohawk High Elf brings him a quite large notebook. It's not filled or anything yet, but it's quite large. We've had, and he's searching through. We've we've got a number of reports of some mysterious circumstances, either preceded or seen right before the incidents that are listed here that we haven't quite figured out yet. So he is a link between a lot of these things. That's not good. I will definitely send out a couple of guards and whatnot, a couple of our adventurers to try and help protect the ones who were harmed in your town. Where was it by chance? Where are you guys living these days?
Dramane. We're from Dramane now. That's where we live. Fizzlet is the mayor of the town, right? Like he basically runs it, but he's the
More or
bartender
less,
also.
yeah.
So
Yeah, because it's a
Small.
very small border
Yeah.
town.
A village?
Yeah, small like hamlet, but yeah.
But yeah, Fizzlet is the one in charge there.
I'm familiar with his work. He makes some of the best brews around, that's for sure. Wish he would have moved here like his cousin did, but can't get that man to move for nothing.
No, but he's a very good person. He'll do anything for people.
I believe it. But I will send out a group of my adventurers immediately.
Ebon Woods is also extremely dangerous. That's where the orcs are at, and the brain hoods. So if they go into the Ebon Woods, they need to be careful. Also, the orcs are patrolling the area.
What has been going on over there? Apparently, we need to send more people out west a little bit more.
Yeah, it's not good.
Thought normally that area was between the moving mountains and here is generally safe. Right? He just sort of starts thinking to himself and just like, it's fucking weird. Wonder what's going on. But they'll be sent out post haste. Is there anything else I can do for you guys? I can show you some rooms that you guys can stay in while you're here for free.
Oh, that'd be much appreciated, but we do have to get to the High Priestess. We believe she's the only one that can heal my father.
Yivka.
Yeah.
Makes sense. She's really good at what she does. Just don't get on her bad side. That's all I can say.
Okay. But yeah, we'd really appreciate the rooms also. But we do have to get going.
Oh, without a doubt. Would you like your own or one big room?
What?
Preferably my own.
All right. I think we have enough rooms to accommodate you guys at the moment. He kind of like he gets Walleron to look through a couple of like not receipts, but like sort of log of who's here and who's not at the moment. Oh yeah, we've got a couple rooms on the second floor. 3 right next to each other if you guys like.
That sounds perfect. Thank you.
Let's set up. That's rooms 213, 214, and 215. And he sort of like hands you guys small little keys. Feel free to stay there when you like.
Okay, thank you. And we do have to get going, so we have to find her immediately.
I wish you the best, says Kevin. And one more thing. He pulls out his own little note. If you happen to make your way towards the capital, try to find that drunk. Seeing your face might help him out a little bit.
The capital.
And he's referring to Varandel the Aegis.
But what capital is it?
He's in the capital of Aelrin. You guys happen to find him. Be much appreciated if you can get him to come around. Been a while since we've had that hero around.
I would actually like to talk to him, so that'd be great.
Sure, he'd like to see you as well. Good day to you guys. And you see as he goes back to the room that he had come out of, presumably to go work on some more studious works for the guild. And if you guys ever need anything, this is where you can find me.
Okay.
And you guys feel free to, if no one has any more questions or anything, feel free to head out and head towards, I assume, the north gate, because it's about evening time. It's probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Sun's starting to come down a little bit over the mountains.
Yeah.
Uh, and you guys wait out there for a couple of hours. You expect to see her at any minute now. Like, it is dark, and you still haven't found her. About like 9 p.m. 9:30 comes around. 10 o'clock. 10:30. And you finally, about like right as you're about to just give up around like 11 or so, you see as a shambling figure in the distance finally starts approaching the gate. They look slightly injured, but they are coming. And roll a perception check.
This Blaze gives me advantage. Okay, cool, cool.
20.
I got an 18.
Crit or dirty?
I said 20.
30, 20.
Crit or dirty?
Oh, dirty.
Okay,
Got
I
a
just want to double
15.
check.
Yep, I got 18.
Chris, you do see that it is. You can tell with that 15 that that is a woman coming towards you, but that's about all that you can tell with the distance and everything. The other two of you, you see that this is definitely who you're looking for. She has the mint green skin, the bald head, and tattooed skin. And she is looking very bad, actually. She looks very hurt and bleeding a little bit.
I rush up to her and have Blaze heal her for 1d4.
Feel free to roll that. As the bird sort of like comes up to her, she just like almost reaches out to grab it at the last second, and then realizing the radiant
It's
energy,
4.
decides against
Yeah,
that.
4? 4 health.
Hey, 4 is pretty
Yeah.
good.
Um,
You see as a couple of her wounds stitch up. Thank you. That is very nice of you.
High Priestess, I see you're injured. I hate to ask you this right now, but we really need your help.
Well, I am always happy to help, but can we get somewhere a bit more safe first?
We absolutely can. We can go back to the Adventurers Guild, or where would you like to go? You know the town better than I do.
The guild is close. If and I can't say no to those in need. I don't know how much I can help at the moment, but I do have some work I still need to do here. But we can go to the guild and see. I assume you have room there?
Yeah, yes.
Alrighty, let's go. And you guys head back to like a nice little room very late. So what can I help you young ones with? You see, and you see that this time, like, not just someone calling you young. This is a very old lady.
Oh, I
Okay,
believe it.
But that sort of like old person strength is very apparent on her. Like, she is still very muscle bound and does carry a holy symbol on her chest and a quarterstaff at her side.
Okay. Uh, uh my father has had a hex put on him from a very knowledgeable wizard, and that we believe you're the only one that could cure it, and that's why we're here. Margaret sent me here to find you.
Oh, you know my prized protege. It's nice. She's good with what she do. And if she sent you to find me, she definitely needs my help. Then we haven't talked in some time, but I know she does good work, and she doesn't like to speak unless needing to. So I will help you out with this for my old protege. But there is one problem. I need your help first as well. There is someone trying to devastate towns. Uh, the I just came back from Quartz Quarry, uh, town to the north of here. We get a lot of stuff from them, a lot of trade. A sickness came over the town. Almost everyone there. Me and a few of my clerics managed to heal a few of them. It's just not enough. What I want to know is, are you willing to help me track down a cultist? It could be dangerous, and don't know how familiar you are, But if you like gambling, we will be going to the Platinum Palace.
Oh, are they there?
That is where the information will be. I need you to sneak in and find said information. I managed to take down a good chunk of this cultist's plans in the other town, but he definitely came here to regroup. I read through some of his stuff. This is where he got his people the first time. I just need to know, can you help?
I will. We will help.
Can you cause distraction? And can you make sure you get the information there? Can you hide with the shadows?
Um,
We will get it or people will die trying.
Oh, please avoid the dying. That is, I guess that's kind of what my job would be.
Hmm.
I'm good at keeping people alive. She just kind of like looks like, oh, I can handle that. Just don't try to kill people like outright. That would be nice.
do you need a rest first? You seem injured.
Oh, I'm definitely resting. I am very hurt, and quite honestly, I'm sleeping right here.
That is fine.
She looks at you guys. This will be dangerous. If they find out that we're breaking into their hidden archives, they'll be less than enthused. So, a little background. This man, he is not a good man. He managed to make everyone sick by poisoning the food and water there. I'm trying to prevent him from doing it here.
Oh no.
Yeah, some sort of dark magic and sacrifices. But the good thing is, he needs more people. The bad thing is, I can't go help you. He knows what I look like, and he knows that if I'm sniffing around, he won't show up to do what he needs done. And he'll probably get it anyway. So I need you guys to break into the Viscount Yorin's archives and figure out if any notes of secret meetings.
I think I have a good idea. Um, Eldridge, do you
Yes.
want to fight in the ring?
What kind of question is that? Of course. What do you need me to do?
Okay.
Well, that's the spirit there, kid.
So I think like if we have you fight and like you need to beat someone bad, and then like people will be really distracted on your fight because you're a newcomer. I think that would be our time, maybe, to sneak into the archives. Me and Moonin while you're fighting.
Um, perhaps I should have my conversation with whoever I need to there before we do this.
Um, yeah, that would probably be good, but yeah, like as we sign up Eldridge for the rings, I'm sure there's some kind of sign up, right?
Yes, there's always sign up.
I would assume.
Yeah, so as we do that, yeah, just try to find the person you need to talk to quickly, and then we'll get in positions to sneak in there.
I will say, if you think that no cheating is allowed there, so if you plan on doing that, I recommend either being very good at it or don't do it at all.
Eldridge here doesn't need to cheat.
Secondary piece of advice: if you think you win, double down on your bet on your friend here. Yeah?
Okay, yeah, I think he wins. He's
Those
tough.
3 nat ones in a row.
Now, if you get into bad way with the Viscount, I will do what I can to try and save you, but I am not making any promises.
Okay.
I'd say you can set up to try and do this tonight or tomorrow, but any more time than that, and I'm afraid we will have lost our trail. And I would not be happy or be able to help you if he enacts his plan here.
I think we should just go tonight. What do y'all think?
I mean, at minimum, we should at least go and explore the place and case it out. And if anything, we could always come back the next night to actually do the plan.
Yeah, I think that's the move. I think we should do that. And maybe just go ahead and do the plan tonight. So yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
I like the sound of that. And as soon as you finish, come see me. We'll see what we can do. And then either I'll come back with you to heal your father, or I'll give you what you need to heal him yourself.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sound good?
Yes.
Sounds like we have a good idea and plan set up.
Sounds like a plan.
Alrighty. Now, any of you having love life problems?
No, not currently.
Okay, I'm here to manage, help heal. Think of me as all-around doctor for well-being for brain, body, mind, heart. You need, I help.
Well, some of us maybe. Eldridge, she might be able to help you. You seem to sleep pretty terrible.
We'll worry about it later.
Okay.
I like the sound of that. That means I can sleep for a bit. I could really use it after dealing with the shit I dealt with there. As you can tell, I didn't have my clerics with me when I came back, but I left with a small crew of them.
I was wondering when you mentioned that
So-
earlier.
Yes, I lost a few good ones I wasn't able to save. That's why this is something I desperately need to do, and if I could do this myself, oh lord, I would. But Hutor says that we must heal inside and out, and I will. And then we will strike this cultist where he stands. Till then, good luck, young ones. And she ruffles like you guys' hair on top of your head to the two younger elves.
Okay.
So I guess head off to this the Platinum Palace or whatever.
Yeah, the Platinum Palace Plateau. And you guys, it's about 10:30, or no, it's 10:30. It's about 11 o'clock now. As you guys head, you'd expect it to be almost quieter, but it seems almost louder here at night than the city during the day was. You see that there are brightly lit lights, and all three Ps are lit up with different colors coming from them and some sparkles from prestidigitations. The occasional, like, almost firework popping off at the top. And you guys enter, and you see a almost gold-plated, inlaid, humongous casino. The direct middle of it is a small fighting ring that's on the sort of a raised dais, where you see currently there's two people punching at each other and one weaving and dodging. And then to the west, or to the left side, you see a bunch of like card tables. You see to the right some people who are betting on different turtles to try and win a race. Like anything that you could bet on is being bet on here. And the last thing you see before we call it for the night, Moonin,
Yeah.
you see your very first painting that you ever made hanging up in the center of the sort of main lobby area, with the name Painting Done by Ganvo. And that is where we will end here.
Someone's gonna get their legs broken.
Copyright. Okay.
Thank you for listening to another outing of our party. If you enjoyed and want to support us, like and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all at Imaginary Paradise. One word. Except for Twitter, which for whatever reason is only Imaginary Pair. And if you really, really love us, you can come donate to us on Patreon. We have some fun exclusives for you, and that can help us keep this thing going and improving. Thanks again for listening, everyone, and keep your imagination strong and your dice roll stronger. Stay chaotic.